Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy.
Welcome to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guys, Aaron and Jacob Taylor.
We're keeping it real, we're keeping it current, and we're keeping it fun.
Las Vegas' #1 real estate show.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
Call 310-MOVE.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
310-MOVE, the real estate guy.
What is going on, Las Vegas? Jacob Taylor here, the real estate guy. Today, you're stuck with me. Old real estate guy, he's out of town. He's out there in Texas, as a matter of fact, with my sister, trying to help deal with the house remodel. Because, you know, he seems to be pretty knowledgeable in that field, so he decided to go help my sister out. So, yeah, stuck with me today, and we got a fantastic guest for you. Pretty relevant. They're coming back real soon. James, say hi.
Hello, how we doing?
Tell me what you do, who you're with, why are you here today? What's going on?
My name is James. I'm with the Las Vegas Aviators, the AAA baseball team here in town.
Nice.
Your favorite baseball team.
My favorite baseball team. Agreed.
Yeah, we're getting ready. It's March, which means baseball is on deck, and
Nice.
the season's getting ready to get underway.
Beautiful. We were just talking about it before the show. We had some spring training games. You said they went pretty well. We had some good attendance.
Yeah, absolutely. The weather was a little
It's been iffy.
breezy and cold, but that just makes the beers go down even quicker.
Right. You know, my luck, I watched my dad watch some of the agents play some golf the week before. It was beautiful. You know, it gave me some FOMO. I was missing out. So I was like, I'm playing next week. So I went and played the other day. It's like, 50 degrees, windy as heck. It's cold. This is miserable, man.
Yeah, hopefully that wind was on your back. Help out your drives.
Of course not. It's all right. We got out there. Have to hit some baseball games, some $2 beer nights. What days do you guys do it in? Tuesdays?
Thursdays.
Thursdays, $2 beer nights.
Yeah, and
those
it's,
will be fun.
it's a full 12-ounce can of goodness.
Nice. We'll definitely be attending some of those. Then I know you guys you're going to do your dog nights again.
Dog
right?
Night's coming back every Wednesdays.
Every Wednesday.
A little
Okay.
bark on the berm. And actually, one of the early Wednesdays, we're having the Las Vegas Doodles coming
Doodles.
out.
Okay.
And so there's like 200 little doodles that come to the ballpark. All the teddy bear
Nice.
dogs everybody
Okay.
likes. So they're going to be running around. It's going to be a fun night there.
That'll be awesome. What do you guys have any cool new things coming up that you could talk about?
Well, opening day right around the corner. We get started on March 28th this
Okay.
year. It's against the evil Reno Aces.
Okay.
We got fireworks that night. It's going to be a great way to kick off the baseball season.
Awesome. So maybe today, while I got you, we could give a pair of Aviators tickets away or something
Absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
That's something we can do?
Of course. Yeah, let's get people to get a taste of baseball.
All right, beautiful. So for your folks listening today, if you're interested in maybe hitting an Aviators game, give the real estate guys a call. We'll connect you with James, and we'll get you a pair of Aviators tickets. That number for you, 702-310-6683. Again, that's 702-310-MOVE for a pair of Aviators tickets. Only going to do one pair, so give us a call. First one to call the real estate guy hotline. We'll set you up with James and get you guys over to an Aviators game.
You know what? Let's do a couple pairs. Let's
Couple
go like
pairs?
5 pairs.
Okay,
let's
so
get
I didn't know
crazy.
if I had that permission over here. Let's do
do
it.
it.
5 pairs. The first 5 people to call the real estate guy hotline, 702-310-6683. We'll get you a pair of tickets to the Las Vegas Aviators.
But you got to root for the Aviators.
Yeah, you have
None
to
of
be an
that
Aviators
Reno
fan.
Aces stuff.
No hidden Reno fans calling, all right? We will be sifting you out. All right. Anyways, let me get to some sponsors real quick, and then we'll continue. So first we got Fidelity National Title, always taking care of our clients' title and escrow, covering all title, making sure there's no clouds, no judgments, anything like that. And if there is anything, we get it found and solved at the beginning or midway through the transaction, not at the end. All right? And then we got Neil Home Loans, Sheila Merrill, the lending lady. No cost refi. It's going to be very important in about a year or two, all right? When those interest rates show something in the 5s, you're going to be happy you bought with Sheila because you're going to call her up and go, Sheila, that no-cost refi you told me about, can I get it? We're down 1.5 since I bought. She's going to be like, sure, let's go. Let's get it going. Refi you, lower that monthly payment. All right, and then we got cheers. Buddy knows my name. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so this is a tradition my dad started, so I got to continue it. It's our cheers, Grape Street Cafe. John McGibbon, Annie, over there, the best Italian food you can get over there in downtown Summerlin, and a fantastic vibe, great glass of wine. If you're ever in downtown Summerlin, head over to Grape Street Cafe. And then we got, let's see here, Robert Loftus with Loftus Law Firm. So Robert is going to keep all of you old folks covered. You're getting older. You're thinking about life. Maybe you're thinking about your kids, your grandkids. It's time to start putting a trust together. If you don't have one set up, give us a call. We'll set you up with Robert. He'll get you covered, all right? You don't want your kids going through probate. And I'm sure you have multiple kids. You don't want them fighting over who's getting what, all right? I'm dealing with it right now between 4 siblings, and luckily the trust detailed the house situation. But not many of the other assets were handled, and there is some infighting going on, to say the least. All right, so get your trust sorted. Cost you a few $1,000 up front. Gonna save your family tens of thousands of dollars down the road. All right, Robert Loftus. All right, James, back to some baseball. We got a few minutes before we take a break. We gonna be good this year? Tell me. We got a good team. Are we gonna be?
I like to be optimistic.
All right.
You gotta be optimistic going into the baseball season. Our major league affiliate is the Athletics. They've actually done some work in the off season, signed some free agents.
They bring in some good guys.
So the more that they bring in quality guys, keep them up there. We get to keep our guys, so they're not pilfering our good players all the time. So
right.
We hope them to be happy, healthy, stable. And we got to keep our good guys for the majority of the season, and we should be pretty good.
Awesome.
We have one of the top prospects in for the Athletics is playing for us. Really tall first baseman.
Okay.
Kurt's his name. He was here this past weekend for our spring training games.
Nice.
Hit a bomb. So
beautiful.
Hopefully he's going to like our stadium and hit a few more of those this year.
Okay, so I got another random question for you. Maybe for people like me, we're sports fans, but not humongous baseball fans. So I need some clarification here. So, right, you got your AAA members, the MLB guys. Coaches just give them a call one day. Hey, I need you this weekend. How does that work? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the teams, they have general managers,
right.
And so they make the decisions on players and the development. And, if some guy, if the third baseman pulls his hammy the night before, boom, they get usually the third baseman from the AAA team and put him on a plane and get him to whatever city they're in so he can play the next day.
So it's that easy, not really any red tape. Coach gives a call or GM gives a call, says, hey, need you for tomorrow.
Yeah. There's always people going up, down, whatever. Pitcher gets hurt or strains his arm. We got to get a fresh body up there.
Do contracts ever change that at all? Or it doesn't matter. They can bounce back and forth at any time, really.
There is some issue. You have so many options to go back into AAA and stuff, and it goes back and forth. But yeah, there's always moving pieces with baseball.
Fair enough. I was just curious. Never quite understood that aspect.
All right. So you have a single A team. They get promoted to Double A,
right?
Double A into Triple A, and then Triple A into the majors, into the show.
Awesome. Well, with that, we're going to take our first little break real quick. We will see you guys in 2 minutes. Well, we're back. Where I was getting too excited, we were talking about the Savannah Bananas. Got me all pumped up over here, talking about all the stuff the Aviators and the ballpark puts on for us here in Vegas. So we're going to chat a little bit. I know James was mentioning we got some promos, some different events you guys got. tell us a little bit about your promos. What's the Aviators got in store for us Vegas residents this year?
Yeah, we mentioned opening day is right around the corner, end of the month, March 28th against Reno. That night it's going to be a great fireworks show after hopefully the victory.
Okay.
So we'll have victory fireworks out there after the game. And then we have a bunch of stuff planned for that opening homestand. The next night we're going to give away a fun aviator scarf. We try to pair up some of these promotions with the weather. And it's
It's going to be a cold night?
it's been pretty chilly. I don't know if you tried playing golf last weekend or not. But scarf could try to keep some people warm in that early springtime. It seems like we always have like a quote unquote winter, and then
It's a little bipolar period.
yeah, it gets warm and then goes right back into like second winter.
Yeah.
So that'll be good up there. And then we actually we like to partner up with a variety of sports teams in town. When we're over at our old ballpark, we did a jersey giveaway with the Golden Knights. A couple years ago, we did a Raiders style jersey. This year, we're partnering up with the Las Vegas Aces and have created a jersey giveaway based on their logo and jersey and stuff. So we got
Awesome.
we're trying to be a Las Vegas sports team with all the teams.
Perfect. Some cooperation over here.
Exactly. Yeah. So that'll be a fun jersey giveaway, and then that's the following homestand against the Sacramento River Cats.
Okay.
And then we're doing a Minecraft giveaway shirt.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
For the kiddos?
Well, no, it's
Anyone.
for all ages. I don't know if you
I
have
mean,
done
hey, I
some
kind of
Minecrafting.
like some Minecraft. Look it up. Let's go.
But it's a fun T-shirt idea that we're putting together.
Okay.
it
So what
should-
you're giving out? Is that for everyone at the game?
First 2,000
Oh,
through the
nice.
gates. Get people in there having some fun. Get
like
a shirt. Get some drinks. Get a hot dog. Have fun at the ball game.
All the good stuff.
And rooting on the Aviators, of course.
Of course.
Your favorite team.
My favorite baseball team, everybody. You heard it here first. The Real Estate Guys' favorite ball team. All right, so I got some actual real estate stuff for you guys. I guess I should talk about that a little bit too. Let's talk a little bit about inventory, right? So, given the last few weeks, we've had a small trend start. It doesn't really tell me much, but it is a small trend, right? We've seen the inventory start to increase a little bit. About 4 weeks ago, we were sitting about 7,100 total homes on the market, about 7,150. As of this very second, we are sitting at, I'm going to do single family first. We're sitting at 5,350 single family, which was closer to about 5,050 4 weeks ago. So that's up about 300 single family homes the last 4 weeks. And total homes, again, I said, we're sitting at a little over 70, almost 7,600 right now. So we're up about 450 homes in the last month.
Now, is having got a question for you.
Yes, please.
Is having more inventory a good thing?
Right. So it's all supply and demand, right? So if we have more inventory, it's going to be better for buyers out there, right? It's going to mean there's more supply. We have a little bit, probably less demand if there's a lot of inventory out there. But usually that's gonna, or not, but that's going to affect prices, right? If we have a slower market, right, with more homes available, giving buyers more options, there's more negotiating room. But what constitutes a lot, right? That's a question probably most consumers in Vegas might have, right? What does 7,000 homes on the market mean to me? It means nothing, right? Well, just for some examples for you, right? 2011, 12, 13. 27, 28,000 homes on the market, right?
Oh.
2004, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5,000 homes on the market, right? Depending on the given month. So that's about the lowest you ever will see, right? 2020, we hit, at one point, there was a 2 in front of the availability of supply in COVID.
Jeez.
Lowest we've ever seen. We hit like 2,800 single-family homes on the market. We'll never see that again, probably. But, so there's some comparisons for you. Realistically, a healthy market for Las Vegas, and this has changed because of the past few years, right? It's been such an anomaly. realistically, my dad used to say anywhere from 10 to 12,000 homes on the market was healthy for buyers and sellers. But what we're seeing now, and I think that may have been the old normal, but the new normal might be a little lower. I think it might be anywhere from 7 to 10. Is like we're seeing kind of almost an equal market right now, which where the supply is, it's almost level playing field, right? We're seeing prices still increase, but generally speaking, I think it's more so because of the luxury market. Luxury market's had a great year so far. So we're still seeing some closing cost and negotiating room on medium-priced homes, right? Townhomes, condos, smaller single-family homes. There's still some wiggle room for negotiating. But, I mean, there definitely is on luxury too, right? They're not selling at list price. But my point is even though we're seeing the market go up, there's still some negotiating power on the buy side. Will we see inventory keep rising the rest of this year? I don't know. I think it's a small trend that started as more consumers jump into the market, right? Because it's starting to get springtime and people are starting to make housing decisions, right? As kids' schools starting to wrap up or getting close to it the next few months. It's warming up. People are willing to start making these, big decisions, big moves, right? The New Year's passed. Everyone's settled in, ready for 2025, take on our challenges and goals. So I know we'll have a very hot market the next 3 to 6 months, for sure, right? We're going to see a very good market. But then we'll see it slow down again come holiday. So it's going to depend on how hot we are the spring, summertime.
And inventory, like new builds, is that increasing as well?
Builders are definitely building. I can't tell you whether or not, comparative to 3 to 6 months ago, whether they're building more, but they're not stopping anytime soon, right? We're seeing the expansion. We're seeing, every once in a while we see another large portion of BLM land sold and another builder start getting to work, right? As long as people keep moving here, and we keep getting, bigger money from the western part of the U.S. coming over here, them Californians. Our city's going to keep growing, keep getting sports teams, right? We're getting the Mays in another 3-4 years. I'm sure that's going to help, right? Each little bit helps keep growing our city. And then we're going to keep building, right? My dad used to joke around 10, 15 years ago. He still says it, eventually we'll be all the way out to Mount Charleston. I mean, we're getting pretty close already now, right? We're going to keep going.
Well, I was actually talking to your dad yesterday. He mentioned Pahrump is getting some
Yes,
action.
so he is building some homes in Pahrump. He's got a partner out there, and they're building some cute little, affordable single-family homes in Pahrump.
Yeah, he said they're like acre lots and acre and a quarter. I mean, that's a lot of action out there.
Yeah. So especially for folks getting priced out or folks that don't mind driving as much, or maybe them heading on the retirement side, Pahrump's not a bad option. I've many people over the years I've met, do the daily commute, right? I'm sure it's probably a little more busy than it used to be, but it's definitely possible. And if you're not needing to come into town all the time, it's probably even more enjoyable, right? Get some land. Maybe there's not much to do out there, but you got some privacy. Both ends, right? Mesquite, Pahrump, doing pretty solid. I think Pahrump's get the hotter side of it right now. I've got a few clients out in Mesquite. I got a listing out there. I got one in Moapa. They're interesting markets, right? Definitely a little slower, and the average age is a little different than Vegas for sure. You start seeing the retirement towns, really. You start to see them, right? Very, very, accustomed to the senior citizen in those towns more so, right? Mesquite more so maybe than Pahrump, but just a lot of options and availability for them and resources, I should say.
Yeah, I think that's big for Californians. They're used to being having a long commute.
Oh yeah. It takes a little bit to get anywhere out there. Yeah, so with that, I'm gonna take a quick break again, guys, and when we get back, I got some houses of the week to talk about. I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Thanks for listening to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guy. The Real Estate Guy. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Middle of March, what is it? It's St. Patrick's Day month, right? So it's green. Green's good. Green, money, good things, all that stuff. All right, whatever. I got some houses of the week for you guys. All right, as you know, we list a lot of homes every month, and we sell a few of our homes from our radio show. We joke around with you guys. We got 10 listeners today, 5 listeners. No, I'm pretty sure there's a few hundred of you out there. Maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't. Maybe you've got me turned down, maybe you don't. I don't know. But there's a few hundred of you at least with this station on right now, all right? So if you know a friend, you got a family member, you got a cousin, an aunt, a brother, a sister, a mother, whatever, that wants to buy this house, give us a call. 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. All right, James, I'm going to give you one of these, too. You're going to read one of them for us, all right? Talk about some real estate. So I'll tell you, I'll show you what I'm doing here. So first, what the address is 20 East Caldava Boulevard. This home is going to be listed at $315,000. I'm sorry, it is listed at $315,000. Just went on the market a few days ago. It's 1,450 square feet on a 12,600 square foot lot. Ooh, nice. 3-bedroom, large, low maintenance lot with bursting appeal. This one is built in 93 and is 89048. Awesome. Cute little place here with a nice size lot. If you're interested, give us a call. All right, James, tell us about that one. What do we got?
Oh man,
Can you see?
as you can tell, I am not a real estate guy or kid.
What's the address? What do we got?
Where am I finding the
Top
address?
left. Top left up there.
Oh, there it is. It is 653 Del Gorno Street. One of my favorites.
Beautiful. What's it listed at?
It is listed at what a screaming price! It's only $535 out the door.
Beautiful. And a little bit below that address, what's the square footage on it?
It is
535. It's got to be like
it's
2 something.
Well, we have $255 a square foot.
Okay, so that's top right here. Go right here. What does that say? Square footage for me.
Oh, I quit.
2101. I was just a little bit below. 2101 listed at 535. This is in 89138. Achoo! Excuse me. I apologize. So this one's in 89138, built in 2002. This one's in the Summerlin area, west on Charleston. 653 Del Giorno Street. All right, that one was a tough one. I didn't give you a break here, all right? I could have gave you this one. This one's a little easier. 3721 Moonshine Falls. 526,000. This is an 89085, built in 2007 in the Nelson Ranch subdivision. 2,821 square feet. This looks like it's in North Las Vegas. It is. It's in North Las Vegas. So there's our 3 houses of the week. And actually, while I got you guys here, too, I'm going to talk about my Mesquite listing. So 479 Apogee Crest. I had a client buy a lot about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and he built a beautiful home on it. Well, due to some extenuating circumstances, he is now selling that home that has been barely lived in. About 3 to 6 months worth of living and one man. So really not much living in, just to be honest. All right, beautiful home. We listed it at $599, $999. It's in Mesquite. It's on the west side of the freeway, in the golf course community. It is right near a gate entrance. Fantastic, beautiful, custom little home. If you're interested in Mesquite, or you know anybody that is, give me a call. I'll get you set up. 702-310-6683. And again, remember, James over here, our lovely James Jensen, is giving out some Aviators tickets. If you didn't hear already, or you're new here, or you just turned us on and you want to go to an Aviators game, call the real estate guys. We'll set you up with James. The first 5 callers are getting Aviators tickets, all right? And if you call and one of my agents answers and they go, "What are you talking about?" Just say, Jacob told me I'm getting Aviators tickets if I call this number, and I'll get it handled, all right? 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. Get your Aviators tickets. You know, when we do those, what are they, concourse nights, those are always a blast. We always have some fun with those. You know, we bring a few people out. I go bother you to get me a drink, have a few beers, talk to some folks. Always meet some cool people. You know, I kind of compare, like, the Aviators concourse night now to, like, walking that concourse to, like, a Fremont Street, but, like, the locals. It's like the good locals, right? You just walk around, you get the people watch, people talk a little bit, have some fun. You never know who you're going to meet out there. You never know who you're going to see. Sometimes it's a reunion. You see some old friends, some old classmates. So get yourself down to the Aviators game. Have some fun. Have a few drinks. And we'll help you. We'll help get you in there on the real estate guy, kind of.
Yeah, there's all sorts of Las Vegas fans that come out, and you see all sides of walks and talks of life. But the concourse nights are really fun. Get you interacting with your people.
Right.
These are guys that want to have a home. They want to have a different home. I mean, these are the people that can actually be a part of the community, and you can help them out.
Right, yeah. Even if you just want to go pet some dogs, show up on a Wednesday. See all the dogs. You know, it's always you're having a bad day. You can't go wrong with some dogs in your life, right?
And then we always play like a doorbell sound effect, gets the dogs going.
Oh, get them all riled up.
We do a Simba cam. So, similar to the Lion King where they lift up
pick the
Simba. A lot of
Nice.
people lift up their dogs, their kids, lift up a beer.
Nice.
They have a lot
nice.
of
They
fun
got
with
beer.
it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Have we ever had, I know this is an MLB tradition kind of, and I don't know why I thought of this, but I did. Have you ever had a ball land in a cup and a chug?
Oh, I'm sure.
You've had to, right?
Yeah, I haven't
classic.
seen it personally, but I'm sure with just the sheer numbers.
That's a classic. I don't know why I thought it just came into my head. You know, I was picturing a TikTok of someone chugging a beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Then you have to finish the beer with
You
the
have
ball.
to. You have to as the crowd cheers you on.
and get everybody cheering and clapping for you.
Hyped up.
Have you ever caught a foul ball?
I
at a game?
have.
Here in
when I-
Vegas, or
Not here. No, I think MLB games when I was younger. Yeah. I did quite a few games. I've done to a few Dodgers games, did a Yankees Angels game because I was a Yankees fan when I was younger. Sorry, guys. It's Vegas. I had a bunch of random teams: Yankees, Eagles, Celtics, base. Yeah, I was all over the place. It made no sense, but it didn't matter. It was Vegas, so you could do that type of stuff. But my dad was always good at getting one of the pitchers or one of the coaches to throw a ball up to.
yeah,
know.
probably used you as a hey,
Oh,
you got to give it to the kid.
For sure. I always had a glove, of course. My dad wishes I played baseball. He always wishes I was out there. Yeah, if you didn't know, he coached me for baseball and probably 13 years, 14 years, long time. Did t-ball all the way up to the high school years. Just got bored. I was an antsy kid. I was the kid on second base with jerky in my pocket and seeds, and I was always getting yelled at to pay attention, because it was just boring. I only get a ball every 10 minutes. Easy rundown. All right, I'm done. Now what? Always batted first, second, third because I was a fast guy. I was still stealing home all day, any day. As soon as that pitcher looks or throws, I'm out. Nah, but I miss baseball. Baseball was a fun time. I feel like we should get some real estate guys softball matches or something. If we got a big match, could we get something at the ballpark? If we got a charity match, oh, there we go. We could do a just 1-for-1 softball charity match.
Yeah, we have a Guns and Hoses game that we do, the
Okay.
cops versus the firemen.
Nice, okay.
Come out and they battle it out. Have
That's
some
cool.
families come out
Maybe
and
we'll do realtors versus consumers.
yeah, or the home builders or something versus
Yeah.
the real estate.
Builders versus realtors.
Yeah, that's got a good ring to
That
it.
kind of sounded funny. What did I say? Sounds so funny. Is that what I just said? It's one of those days, huh? No, but I think we should do that, and I'm going to talk about that for a minute because I know Pops would be happy if I spoke about this. So, as you may have heard if you've been listening to us, the last month or so, my dad's been very excited because he's been putting this nonprofit together. It is called Just One for One. Bless you, Jude. It's called Just One for One, and the concept is this: who can't afford $1 from every paycheck, every commission, or every instance of payment to donate to help kids? Right? He has a lot of passion for babies and for kids in general, right? Just wanted to find a way to help and give back. We've done a lot of work for a local charity already out here called Just One, the Just One Project, which is all about housing and feeding and helping, the low-income community of our area, right? They have a large grocery store. Well, they'll take people in. They'll let them shop for free, get some, fresh vegetables, fresh food. And I'm pretty sure they help with, housing situations and stuff like that, too. Fantastic project. Long story short, the real estate guys came into contact with them from another client. We helped organize a land deal. Well, they acquired a portion of land to, increase their storage facility, I believe their warehouse. But anyways, long story short, inspired my dad, loves the people over at Just One. The woman there, the CEOs and whatnot, they are fantastic. They have a great show running over there. And he was inspired. So he put together this Just One for One, and he wants to use it to help collect fund, raise money to help out the Just One project and their kids section, right? So I know he's going to do a lot of work with them. But he's already given a few practice presentations, and I know if you know him or if you're a friend of his, he's already called you and spent 20 minutes telling you about it. But yeah, so the goal is to, maybe start with the real estate community, and, if every real estate agent out there that does a deal can commit $1 out of their, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15% commission, whatever it is, then, we can collect a $2,000-$3,000 a month, right? Right now, it's only about 2,600 sales, so if we got everyone to commit, there's $2,500, $2,600 a month. But then you can take that aspect and, bring it to every industry, right? Start getting the aviators guys involved. They make some change here and there. Maybe they can give $1 per paycheck, all right? But that's the gist of it. So, start small, right? Every person matters, right? When it really is $1. And every person can actually make a difference, right? You don't have to have millions of dollars to make a difference with a project like this, right? $1 goes a long way.
Yeah, I think everybody has that dollar either in their change cup in their car, the couch cushions, stuff like that. I think it's a great project, and it's something that can just snowball.
Right, absolutely. And it's something that I think as you get people, you won't really have people canceling it or getting rid of it either. Like, first off, I already have enough subscriptions on my damn card, but I wouldn't even notice the $1 one, right? So you get people signed up. I could see that doing very, very well. He's super excited about it. And yeah, I think he's going to do some big things. And I know he would love for me to just tell him to get out of the real estate side and go do that and let me run this. But, that sounds kind of more fun too, honestly.
And he says, I think he's partnering up with Grape Street and doing some
he's
gift cards.
He's gonna get everyone involved, I'm sure.
We're talking about getting some tickets to the Aviators. We want to be a part of everything that Aaron does. He's always does it high level stuff. We want to show that support, especially because it's for the community.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I know you guys do a lot to help out with the community as well. It's great that we have all these great organizations and great businesses in this town that care about our locals, right? Because we have these big corporations not too far from us that don't really think about us ever. So we need some local folks to keep us all together, keep the community running. It almost feels like two separate towns sometimes when you get past maybe Jones or something. It's almost a different town. You get down to the downtown strip area, right? We got to keep all our locals secure and everything going well.
Maybe some of those hotel rooms could use $1 from their resort fees.
Right. That's a good idea, actually. Might have to bring the piss to the corporate casinos as well. Get them involved. Yeah, you guys are taking all this damn money from our town. Give some back.
Yeah, and these resort fees are getting crazy.
They are, right?
$20, $40, $50.
Yeah, I was reading an article the other day about, the aspect of how Vegas used to be is like it was the affordable city to come have a good weekend. It ain't affordable no more. The rich come to play, right?
Yeah, and they're gouging everybody. That's
Right.
what's tough.
Yep.
Not only are you giving some money away at the blackjack tables, but then trying to buy drinks. You gotta basically sell a kidney sometimes to
Yeah.
pay for all these.
Yep, it is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, with that, guys, you guys got one segment left. You got about 10 minutes left to listen to me. So I will take a quick break, and I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Alrighty, folks, we're back. And again, I'm going to give out this number one more time for you folks. If we haven't already gotten 5 calls to our hotline, and even if we get a few extra, maybe James is going to be extra generous, or maybe I can hook you up with some personal tickets here. But again, you're looking to maybe go to an Aviators game, call the real estate guys. We'll set you up with James and give you guys a night out on us. All right, 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. All right, and we'll get you some tickets. Maybe you'll see the real estate guys there. Well, James, it's been a fun day. Thanks for coming along today, keeping our Las Vegas folks entertained, sharing about the Aviators community. We've enjoyed it. I'm sure we've gotten some great information today, and maybe we hooked up some listeners with some tickets.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's always fun coming down here talking to you guys. We're getting set for Aviators baseball opening day, March 28th, right around the corner.
28. 13 days.
Man,
It says-
now
what is that? Is that a Friday?
it is Friday.
Nice.
What better way to spend a Friday in Vegas than
Is
come
that
to a
7?
ballpark?
7:05, I'm sure.
Yep. First pitch against Reno Aces, and then a spectacular fireworks show following the game, following the victory.
Following the so it's set no matter what, but victory is planned.
The fireworks are so much better after a win.
Oh yeah, I bet. How early? So you guys gonna have the pool open, or when do you guys open the pool?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We just resurfaced the pool, got it looking good to go.
Nice.
Excited to have some people in there. It's one of the best spots to catch a game. You can sit in the pool. What's better than sitting in a pool watching a live baseball game right in front of you, and maybe even catching a home run?
I was gonna say, you guys get a few home run balls out there, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, we get some splash downs.
You get
coming
some
out
fans
there.
catching from the pool ever?
Yeah. Oh,
That
yeah.
happened a few times.
I want to
maybe?
see a guy jump and make a diving
into
catch
the pool.
into the
Yeah,
pool.
That would be sick.
I
Just
think
let
that'd be
me.
so much
Just
fun.
hey, you get me the seat next to it. I'll stay there. I'll be ready.
I mean, could you imagine that video clip went viral?
That'd be beautiful.
It'd be all over the place.
That'd be beautiful. We'll just have to stage it, all right? And we just let's get it going. I'll be out there, ready to go. That'll be some great marketing content for the real estate guys TikTok, all right? It'd be the virality we need. We need some more fun video shoots, Jude. We got to come up with some cool ideas. Gotta get something. We're gonna get something next week. We're gonna get something.
That SEAL Team 6 video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That wasn't. I gotta dive more into that. See if I can come up with something.
We'll just come out to the ballpark and dive into the pool.
That is. I guess that would be like a little good promo. I could promo you guys' pool for you.
Yeah.
You guys get me out there. Real estate guy will promo the pool for you. I'll
Put
sell
you in
some
an
tickets.
aviator jersey.
Yeah, put some aviator jersey and say I'll be talking about the pool and I'll send it. Well, so I believe I talked to you guys a little bit. So you got me for 3 more minutes here. So I'm gonna briefly mention this. I talked to you guys briefly last week on the way out about the February stats. So I want to go on a little bit more detail into this to share with you guys, right? Kind of what our thought process is here in the trenches, and maybe why we think the way we do, right? So in February, of course, like I said last week, we had the highest median price in Las Vegas's history, right? We've never had higher. To buy a home, median price, never seen it, right? $485. The highest we saw was in July, I believe it was, of 2022. It might be a month or two off, and it was 482.5. We peaked there, and then we dropped all the way down to about 420. And that was, beginning of last year, roughly, right? So we're sitting at 480, 487 right now, roughly. Heading up a little bit more. Probably, very probable we hit 490 in March, right? And just to clarify this as well, right? So it's the median price, right? Not the average price. So it doesn't always necessarily mean all homes are going up in value. It may just mean that the month previous or the 2 months previous that more homes of greater value sold, right? And that's why I keep stating that the first few months of the year, our luxury market really did well, right? Because I do think it's the case where maybe our median price shows potentially a little bit higher than the market actually is right now. Do I think it's going to catch up? Absolutely. But in its current state, I think the median price is a more so of a reflection of the fact that the luxury market's done very well the first 3 months of the year. We've seen a lot of luxury sales. And, that creates some more questions in itself, right? Why is the luxury market doing so well? Who knows? My dad likes to say, well, those people must know something or must be a little smarter than us. Who knows? But they're buying. Rates aren't scaring them. So, I see that everything else should follow suit. Right? We'll see the smaller single-family townhome condo communities start to follow suit the next few months. Even with the increase of inventory, we're seeing an increase in sales, right? And I think as the sales increase more, that inventory will stop increasing and we'll start seeing it start to slowly drop down again, right? I don't even know if we'll pass 8,000 before we start dropping back down. Because April, May, sales are going to hit 3,000 plus again. Right now, we're, just for some comparisons, we'll probably be 2,600 in February. Last month, about, I believe it was 2,200 to 2,300. So we'll see a big increase the next 2 to 3 months. And again, 500,000 median price probably in store for April.
Now, question for you. I know you mentioned the holiday time, sales slow down. When do they pick up? Like, what's the best month?
This is where it's
Right
starting
now?
to pick up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. So the stats, I always say this, and most agents understand this, but most consumers don't. The stats are a few months behind, right? Because you got to think, today, if I buy a house, I'm not closing on it for realistically, on average, 30 days, right? So even though I may have been looking for a month or 2 months in the market, I bought today and I'm 30 days out of closing, right? So those stats are at least like a month behind generally on what actually happened that day. So, right, we'll know really what happened in February and April. We'll know really what happened in March and May. So it's happening. It's starting to happen, folks. I'm telling you. You heard it here first with the real estate guys. The market's doing well, and it's going to get better. If you're looking to buy this year, the sooner you do it, the better. The more negotiating I can do for you, the more closing costs I can get you, the better purchase price. All right, guys. Thank you, and have a great day.